Moliere, or the Cabal of Hypocrites. Characters: Jean-Baptiste Poquelin de Moliere, famous playwright and actor. Madeleine Béhart, actress. Armand Béhart de Moliere, actress. Mariette Rival, actress. Charles Varlet de la Grange, actor, nicknamed Record Book. Zachary Moiron, actor famous for playing romantic leads. Philibert Ducroisy, actor. Jean-Jacques Bouton, candle snuffer and Moliere's servant. Louis le Grand, 14, King of France. Marquis d'Orsini, swordsman, nicknamed One Eye and Lord Have Mercy. Marquis de Chiron, Archbishop of Paris. Marquis de Lassac, gambler. Honest cobbler, the king's buffoon. Charlatan, with a harpsichord. Unknown woman in a mask. Father Bartholomew, wandering preacher. Brother Force and Brother Fidelity, members of the Cabal of the Holy Writ. Renée, Moliere's decrepit nanny. Nun. Prompter. Members of the Cabal of the Holy Writ in masks and black cloaks. Courtiers, musketeers, etc. The action takes place in Paris during the time of King Louis XIV. Act 1. From behind the curtain comes the muffled laughter of 1,000 people. The curtain opens. The set represents the theater of the Palais Royal. Heavy curtains. A green poster with a coat of arms and ornaments. On it in big letters, quote, players of Majeur, period, 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 end of quote. And some smaller words. A mirror. An armchair. Costumes. By the curtain separating two dressing rooms, a harpsichord of enormous proportions. In the second dressing room, a very large crucifix before which an oil lamp is burning. In the first dressing room, a door to the left and a great many tallow candles. They evidently did not stint on light. On the table in the second dressing room, only a lantern with colored glass. On decidedly everything, on objects, on people, except for Lagrange, the stamp of an extraordinary event, of anxiety and agitation. Lagrange, not involved in the production, sits in his dressing room deep in thought. He is wearing a dark cloak. He is young, handsome, and solemn. The lamp throws a mysterious light on his face. In the first dressing room, Bouton, with his back to us, is pressed to the parting in the curtain, and even by his back it can be seen that the performance arouses a feeling of avid curiosity in him. Charlatan sticks his mug through the door. Charlatan puts his hand to his ear. He listens. Laughter is heard, then a final burst of guffawing. Bouton seizes some ropes, and the sounds die out. A moment later, Moliere appears through the parting in the curtain and runs down the steps into the dressing room. Charlatan discreetly disappears. Moliere is wearing an exaggerated wig and a caricatured helmet. He is holding a broadsword. Moliere is made up as Signorel. A purple nose with a wart. Funny looking. Moliere holds his left hand to his chest like a man with a heart ailment. The grease paint melts down his face. Moliere throws down the helmet, catches his breath. Water. Bouton, here, gives him a glass. Moliere, phew, drinks, listens with frightened eyes. The door bursts open. Ducroisy runs in, made up as Punchinello, his eyes popping out. Ducroisy, the king's applauding, disappears. Prompter, at the parting of the curtain. The king's applauding. Moliere to Bouton. My towel, wipes his forehead, nervous. Madeleine, made up, appears in the parting of the curtain. Quick, the king's applauding. Moliere, nervously, yes, I hear, I'm coming. Crosses himself by the curtain. Most pure virgin, to Bouton. Open up the whole stage. Bouton first draws the curtain that separates the stage from us, then the immense one that separates the stage from the house. And now we see the stage in profile. It is higher than the dressing rooms and empty. The tallow candles in the chandeliers shine brightly. The house is not seen. All that is seen is a gilded loge at the edge, but it is empty. We only sense the mysterious, watchful blueness of the slightly darkened house. Charlatans' face appears momentarily in the doorway. Moliere goes up to the stage so that we see him in profile. He walks with a cat-like gait to the footlights, as if stealthily, his neck bent, the feathers of his hat sweeping the floor. At his appearance, one unseen man in the house begins to applaud, after which there is thunderous clapping, then silence. Your Majesty, most serene sovereign. He speaks the first words with a slight stutter. In life he stutters a little, but then his speech smooths out, and with the first words it becomes clear that he is a first-rate actor. The wealth of his intonations, grimaces, and movements is inexhaustible. His smile is infectious. On behalf of the actors of Monsieur's company, your most faithful and most obedient servants, I thank you for the unheard-of honor you have done us by coming to our theater. And you see, sire... Words fail me. Slight laughter flutters in the house and dies down. Muse, my muse, O playful Thalia, every evening heedful of your call. By candlelight in the Palais Royal, I put on my head the wig of Signorelle, bowing, as is fit to do, quite low. After all, it's 30 sous for the parterre. To amuse Paris, O sire, I must go, pouring out stuff and nonsense everywhere. Laughter runs through the house. But tonight, O muse of comedy, I pray, come to my aid, come quickly, for you see, it's no small task in a play, to get the son of France to laugh at me. The house bursts into applause. Bouton. Ah, what a head, he thought up the son. Charlatan, with envy. When did he write it? Bouton. Haughtily, never, impromptu. Charlatan. Is it possible? Bouton. Not for you. Moliere sharply changes tone. You bear the royal burden for us all. I am a mere player, a trifling thing. But I play in your time, and so stand tall. Louis, the Great, raises his voice. French, shouts. King, throws his hat into the air. Something unimaginable starts happening in the house. A roar. Long live the king. The candle flames are blown flat. Bouton and Charlatan wave their hats. Shout, but their voices are not heard. The broken calls of the royal guard's horns cut through the roaring. Lagrange stands motionlessly by his light, having taken off his hat. The ovation ends and silence ensues. Voice of Louis, out of the blueness. I thank you, Monsieur de Moliere. Moliere. Your most obedient servants invite you to watch one more amusing interlude if we're not boring you. Voice of Louis. Oh, with pleasure, Monsieur de Moliere. Moliere shouts, Curtain! The main curtain conceals the house, and music immediately begins behind it. Bouton closes the curtain that separates the stage from us, and it disappears. Charlatan's face vanishes. Moliere appears in the dressing room, muttering, The bastard, I'll kill him. I'll cut his throat. Bouton, who does he want to kill in the hour of triumph? Moliere, seizing Bouton by the throat. You! Bouton shouts, I'm being strangled at the royal performance. Lagrange stirs by his light, but freezes again. At the shout, Madeleine and Rival come running in. Rival almost totally naked. She was changing. The two actresses grab Moliere by the breeches, pulling him away from Bouton, while Moliere kicks his feet at them. Moliere is finally torn away with a piece of Bouton's caftan. They manage to throw Moliere down in the armchair. Madeleine, you're out of your mind. The whole house can hear you. Moliere, let me go. Rival, Monsieur Moliere, covers Moliere's mouth. The shocked charlatan peeks through the door. Bouton, looking in the mirror, feels his torn caftan. Beautiful job, and quick, too. To Moliere. What's this about? Moliere. This scoundrel, I don't understand why I keep the tormentor around. We've played it 40 times, everything was fine. Then the king comes, and a candle falls from the chandelier. Wax drips on the floorboards. Bouton, Maître, you yourself got up to your funny antics and knocked the candle over with your sword. Moliere, lies, you do nothing. Lagrange buries his face in his hands and weeps softly. Rival, he's right, you swatted the candle with your sword. Moliere, the audience laughs, the king's surprised. Bouton, the king's the most courteous man in France and didn't notice any candle. Moliere, so I knocked it over? I did? In that case, why did I yell at you? Bouton, it's very difficult for me to say, sir. Moliere, it seems I tore your caftan? Bouton pretends to laugh. Rival, my God, look at me, grabs a caftan and covering herself with it, flies off. De Croisy appears in the parting of the curtain with a lantern. Madame Béjart, you're on, vanishes. Madeleine, coming, rushes out. Moliere to Bouton, take this caftan, Bouton, thank you. He takes off his caftan and breeches and quickly starts putting on a pair of Moliere's breeches with lace ruffles at the knees. Moliere, and why the breeches? Bouton, Maître, you must agree. It would be the height of bad taste to combine such a wonderful caftan with these vile breeches. Kindly look, these breeches are a disgrace. Puts on the caftan as well. Maître, I've discovered 2 silver coins of insignificant value in the pocket. How do you wish me to deal with them? Moliere, how indeed, I suppose, you crook. It would be best to put them in a museum. Corrects his makeup. Bouton, I agree, I'll do that, pockets the money. Well, I'll go and trim the snuff. Arms himself with a candle snuffer. Moliere, I beg you not to gawk at the king from the stage. Bouton, to whom are you saying that, Maître? I too am courteous, seeing I'm French by birth. Moliere, you're French by birth and a blockhead by profession. Bouton, you are a great actor by profession and a bore by character, disappears. Moliere, I committed some sin and the Lord sent him to me in Limoges. Charlatan, Monsieur Director. Moliere, ah yes, you're here too. I'll tell you what, sir, forgive me my candor, it's a second-rate trick, but the parterre public will like it. I'll put you on in the intermission during the week. By the way, how do you do it? Charlatan, it's a secret, Monsieur Director. Moliere, we'll find out. Play a few chords, only softly. Charlatan, smiling mysteriously, walks toward the harpsichord, sits on a stool some distance from it, and makes movements in the air as if he were playing. The keys of the harpsichord go down, producing a gentle music. Moliere, damn! He rushes to the harpsichord, tries to catch the invisible threads. Charlatan smiles mysteriously. Well, all right, here's an advance. There's a spring somewhere, right? Charlatan, will the harpsichord stay in the theater overnight? Moliere, of course, you're not going to lug it home with you. Charlatan bows and exits. De Croisy peeks in with a lantern and a book. Monsieur de Moliere vanishes. Moliere, yes. Vanishes, and immediately after he disappears. Vanishes, and immediately after he disappears, a roar of laughter is heard. The door curtain leading to the dressing room with the green lantern is drawn aside, and Armand emerges. The features of her face are lovely and resemble Madeleine's. She's about 17 years old. She wants to slip past Lagrange. Lagrange, stop. Armand, it's you, dear record book. Why are you hiding here like a mouse? I've been looking at the king, but I'm in a hurry. Lagrange, you have time. He's on stage. Why do you call me record book? Maybe I don't like the nickname. Armand, dear Monsieur Lagrange, the whole company respects you and your chronicle very much, but if you wish, I'll stop calling you that. Lagrange, I've been waiting for you. Armand, why? Lagrange, today is the 17th, and I've put a black cross here in the record book. Armand, has something happened? Has somebody in the company died? Lagrange, I've marked it as a bad black evening. Give him up. Armand, Monsieur de Lagrange, who gave you the right to interfere in my affairs? Lagrange, spiteful words. I implore you, do not marry him. Armand. Ah, so you're in love with me? Muffled music is heard behind the curtain. Lagrange. No, I don't like you. Armand. Let me pass, sir. Lagrange. No, you have no right to marry him. You're so young. I appeal to what's best in you. Armand. The whole company's taken leave of its senses, I swear to God. What business is it of yours? Lagrange. I can't tell you, but it's a great sin. Armand. Ah, the gossip about my sister. I've heard nonsense, and even if there was a romance between them, what is it to me? She tries to push Lagrange aside and pass by. Lagrange. Stop. Give him up. No? Well, then I'll kill you. Draws his sword. Armand. You're a crazy murderer, Lagrange. What drives you to disaster? You don't love him. You're a young girl, and he, Armand. No, I do love him, Lagrange. Give him up, Armand. I can't, record book. We're lovers, and... Whispers in Lagrange's ear. Lagrange, sheathing his sword. Go. I won't keep you any longer. Armand. Passing by. You're a violent man. You threatened me. I can't stand the sight of you anymore. Lagrange, agitated. Forgive me. I wanted to save you. Forgive me. Wraps himself in his cloak and leaves, taking his lantern. Armand in Moliere's dressing room. Monstrous, monstrous. Moliere appears. Ah! Armand. Maître, the whole world's up in arms against me. He embraces her, and at the same time Bouton appears. Moliere. Ah, damn it all, to Bouton. Tell you what, go and see to the candles in the parterre. Bouton. I've just come from there. Moliere. Tell you what then, go to the barmaid and bring me a carafe of wine. Bouton. I've already brought one. Here it is. Moliere, softly. Tell you what then, just get the hell out of here. Bouton. You should have said that in the first place. Sighs heavily, goes to the door. Maître, tell me please, how old are you? Moliere. What's that supposed to mean? Bouton. Some musketeers were asking me. Moliere. Get out. Bouton exits, locking the door behind him. Kiss me. Armand hangs on his neck. What a nose that is. You can't get under it. Moliere takes off the nose and wig and kisses Armand. Whispering to him, you know I'm... Whispers something in his ear. Moliere. My dear girl, reflects. Now there's nothing to be afraid of. I've made up my mind, leads her to the crucifix. Swear that you love me. Armand. I love you, I love you, I love you. Moliere. You won't deceive me. Look, I already have wrinkles. I'm beginning to turn gray. I'm surrounded by enemies, and the disgrace would kill me. Armand. No, no, how could I do that? Moliere. I want to live another lifetime with you, but don't worry, I'll pay for it. I'll pay, I'll create you. You'll be the leading actress, you'll become great. That's my dream, which means that's how it will be. But remember, if you don't keep your vow, you'll rob me of everything. Armand. I see no wrinkles on your face. You're so brave and so great, you can't have any wrinkles. You're Jean. Moliere. I'm Baptiste. Armand. You're Moliere. Kisses him. Moliere laughs, then speaks solemnly. Tomorrow, you and I will be married. True, I'll have to endure a lot because of that. A distant noise of clapping is heard. There is knocking on the door. Ah, what a life. The knocking is repeated. We won't be able to meet at home at Madeleine's tonight, so here's what we'll do. When the theater lights are all out, come to the side door in the garden and wait for me. I'll bring you here. There's no moon. The knocking turns into pounding. Bouton shouts through the door, Maître, Maître. Moliere opens the door, enter Bouton, Lagrange, and One Eye in the uniform of the company of Black Musketeers, with a black band over one eye. One Eye, Monsieur de Moliere. Moliere, your humble servant. One Eye, the king has ordered me to present you with his payment for a seat in the theater, 30 sous. He holds out the coins on a pillow. Moliere kisses the coins. But seeing that you labored for the king above and beyond the program, he has ordered me to make you an additional payment for the verses you composed and recited to the king. Here are 5,000 lires. Hands him the money in a sack. Moliere. Oh, king, to Lagrange. 500 livres for me. The rest to be divided equally among the actors of the company and handed out to them. Lagrange. I thank you on behalf of the actors, takes the sack and exits. In the distance, a triumphant guard's march soars up. Moliere. Excuse me, sir, the king is leaving. Excuse me, sir, the king is leaving. Exits running. One Eye. To Armand. Mademoiselle, I'm very happy that chance, coughs, has given me the occasion. Orsigny, captain of the company of Black Musketeers. Armand, curtsying. Armand Béjart, are you the famous swordsman who can run anybody through? One Eye coughs. You, mademoiselle, are no doubt an actress in this company? Bouton. Here we go. Oh, my foolish maitre. One Eye looks in astonishment at the lace on Bouton's breeches. Did you say something to me, my esteemed fellow? Bouton. No, sir. One Eye. So you're in the habit of talking to yourself? Bouton. Precisely so, sir. You know, once upon a time I talked in my sleep. One Eye. You don't say. Bouton. Yes, by God, and it's so curious. Imagine. One Eye. What the hell is this? Lord have mercy. To Armand. Your face, mademoiselle. Bouton, insinuating himself between them. I shouted wildly in my sleep. 8 of the best doctors in Limoges treated me. One Eye. And helped you, I hope. Bouton. No, sir, they gave me 8 bleedings in 3 days, after which I went to bed and lay unable to move, taking Holy Communion every other minute.